What if everything you were taught about saving money, all of it, was actually keeping you from living your life? Hi, I'm Ife Grady. Welcome back to Ageless AI Collective. That's the argument that Bill Perkins makes in Die with Zero. And I have to tell you, as someone who spent a career in libraries helping connect the right book to the right person, this one stopped me. Not because I agree with everything in it, but because it asks a question that most personal finance books do not. What is the money actually for? Today, we're going to run it through our filter, tell you whether it's worth your time, and give you a verdict. Let's go. Each book in the Read It or Skip It series will go through 4 filters. What's the big idea? Who is this really for? What can you actually do with it? And the verdict, whether you should read it, skim it, or skip it. The first book, Die with Zero by Bill Perkins. Bill Perkins is a hedge fund manager, high stakes poker player who spent his 20s making real money and then realized he was on autopilot. Save, 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 defer, 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 and for what? The central argument is that money is just the tool you use to buy experiences. But here's what most of us get wrong, he says. We keep accumulating the tool and forgetting to use it. Perkins introduces a concept he calls the memory dividend. A great experience doesn't just happen once. You relive it, tell stories about it, draw on it when things get hard. That trip, that concert, that summer, it keeps paying back over your lifetime, but only if you actually. Perkins says your life moves through 3 phases: the go-go years, when you have energy, health, and the ability to do almost anything; the slow-go years, when you're still capable but starting to wind down; and the no-go years, when your options narrow significantly. His point? By then, the body can't do what the bank account finally can. He calls this tragic. I think he's right. Who is this book actually for? This is a question I take very seriously as a retired librarian, because the right book in the wrong hands is simply a waste of time. So let me be honest with you. If you are in or approaching retirement and still feel guilty about spending on yourself, you've dreamed about travel, experiences, or adventures, but you keep postponing. You've been a saver your whole life and wonder if you've saved too much of the wrong thing, time. You are thinking about legacy and whether there's a smarter way to give. This book is not for you if you are still building financial stability. This book assumes a solid foundation exists. You're already a spender by nature. You may not need permission. You need a plan. You are anxious about money. This book can heighten that anxiety if read without grounding. Perkins writes from the perspective of a wealthy man. He knows it, he acknowledges it, mostly, but the principles translate across income levels. And that's actually one of the book's strengths. It's not about being rich, it's about being intentional. Question 3, what is actually useful? So, what can you actually do? This is where a lot of books fail. They inspire you for a chapter and then leave you where you started. That is not the case here. Not if you're willing to sit with the discomfort. It gives you a concrete exercise. Take the years of your life that you reasonably expect to have, divide them into roughly 10-year windows, and ask yourself, what experiences belong in each window? Not eventually, in that window specifically. That shift changes everything. Because when you put a hike in Patagonia in the 60s to 70s bucket, you stop treating it as a someday dream and start treating it as a plan that requires funding right now. He pushes hard on something most estate planning conversations never touch. If you want to help your children or grandchildren, why wait until you're gone? Give when they actually need it. Give when you can witness the impact. Why wait until you're gone to see the difference you can make? Most of us at this stage of life know someone who would benefit enormously from support right now rather than a bequest 20 years from now. That's not a financial argument. That's a human one. The real scarce resources are your time and your health. What you'll actually do differently if you let this book work on you is stop treating money as the thing you're protecting and start treating your time and your health as the real scarce resources. Money can be replenished in some ways, your go-go years cannot. The last question, read it, skim it, or skip it. The verdict here, read it. My verdict is read it. And I really mean read it and not skim it, because the argument builds and the early chapters set up everything that comes later. The book is a philosophy, not a financial plan. And I want to say this clearly. Perkins gives you the why, you still need the how from someone who knows your actual numbers. Before you change anything about how you manage your money, you need a real conversation with someone qualified to help you think it through. You don't need a financial advisor on speed dial. You need a starting point. Now, I know that not everyone has a financial advisor. I know I do not. That's okay. Here are some places that we can start. NAPFA, that's the National Association of Personal Finance Advisors. Fee-only advisors, no commissions. You can search by location and specialty. One-time consultation. Many advisors will do a single session for a flat fee. You don't have to commit to ongoing management. One conversation about your specific situation is enough to start. Your local library, yes, your local library. I recommend this to get the book, and many libraries have audible books on tape so that you can listen to it. But also, many library systems now offer free financial literacy programs, and some partner with certified advisors for community workshops. Ask your branch what's available. And AARP Financial Helpline. This is a free financial guidance specifically for adults 50 plus, a real person, not a chatbot. This goal isn't a full management relationship. It's one honest conversation about your actual numbers before you make any move this book might inspire. It's a skill. It requires just as much intention as saving. I like that. What I love about this book is that it gives people who have worked hard and have saved responsibly the intellectual permission to actually live. That is genuinely rare in personal finance writing. Most of it tells you to accumulate more. This one asks you to think about spending as a skill, one that takes just as much intention as saving did. For real, the memory dividend is worth the read alone. If you are at the stage of life where you're thinking about what the next chapter looks like, and I know many of you are, I know I am, this book gives you a framework and a vocabulary for that conversation with yourself and with the people in your life. Took Perkins' time bucket idea and turned it into a prompt you can use with Claude or ChatGPT today. Here's what it looks like. I'm put in your age, years old, and I want to create a personal time bucket based on the die with zero framework. My approximate retirement savings are, make it general, you don't need to be specific, My health is good, moderate, managing limitations. The experience I've always wanted to include. List 3 to 5 things. Please help me organize these into time buckets by decade. Identify which ones need to be funded and planned soon while I'm in my go go years, and suggest what questions I should bring to a financial advisor to make this real. That prompt turns a philosophy book into a personal action plan in just about 3 minutes. If you want the full prompt pack, I put together 5 prompts based on the Die with Zero framework, including one for the Giving with a Warm Hand conversation. The link is in the description. Die with Zero. My verdict: read it with a financial advisor on hand and your own values firmly intact. This one tends to generate conversation, and I'd love to know where you land on this. Did you read it? Do you agree with Perkins? Or does the whole premise make you uncomfortable? Leave me a comment, or better yet, come tell me about it in the Ageless AI community. The link is in the description because that's exactly what we talk about over there. I'll be doing a segment on Read It or Skip It once a month. But the next video will be comparing 2 of my favorite platforms, ChatGPT and Claude. You won't want to miss it. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me.